I cannot read this. I can't even do an accent.
Dearest gentle reader.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can without laughing. You cannot look at me. All right, we starting. I can't do this.
Ow, wait, my eyeball is covered.
So I can't do a British accent, but I'm gonna make some type of accent. So we'll see what happens. Dearest, I can't. See, that's already my regular voice. Why don't you do it? You have it better. But also say gentle listener or watcher. Add the watcher in there.
Okay. Dearest gentle listener, listen. I don't know how to say ours.
Listener. Okay, I got it. You want one try? You want one try?
No. I already can't talk with all my metal.
Dearest, I can't say even dearest. You know what? I'm just gonna fucking read this. Okay?
Dearest gentle listener.
Dearest gentle listener or watcher. Society is whispering once more, for Bridgerton returns with its 4th season. And oh, how the Ton does love a scandal. In today's episode, we examine every stolen glance, daring decision, and romantic indiscretion worthy of note. Praise will be given, critiques delivered, and favorites inevitably exposed. Prepare your teas and your opinions. Yours truly.
Fictionally
So prepare
unstable.
Fictionally unstable. Prepare your tea and your opinions.
Perfect execution.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to Fictionally Unstable, because real life's not dramatic enough.
With your host, Jessica.
Maciel.
And Lauren.
All right, well, welcome back to our episode. Thank you so much, Lady Whistledown.
For the introduction.
We're speaking of the one and only Bridgerton season 4, the first part that just got released 2 days ago. This season is centered on the love story of Benedict Bridgerton and Sophie, is it Beck? Beck? Mm-hmm. It's kind of told in a Cinderella story type of way, where they meet at a masquerade ball held by the Bridgertons, and then he has to, she leaves at midnight, and then he has to search for the lady in silver, who he doesn't know is Sophie, and she is a housemaid. There was only 4 episodes released, so I'm going to take us through each episode very quickly. Just talking about the basics of what happens in each episode, and then I'm going to take us through a couple segments. We're going to talk a lot about Sophie and Benedict first, because this is their season, and then we do have some side stories to dive into as we drink our tea and eat our crumpets.
I'm really trying not to spill that.
The gloves make it quite difficult.
So before I actually jump into it, let's just talk initial thoughts. Jess, I'm going to start with you because I know that you really like this so far.
I love it. I saw a lot of already critiques of people saying it's just a Cinderella story, and how people are dropping the series. I don't agree with them. I mean, I like the storyline, and also the story is based off of the books, which were written quite a while ago. And
2006, I think people said.
Yeah, and they're not going to change that for this. And I really like Sophie as a main female character, and not just because she's Asian.
Well, how does that feel to have Asian representation, especially Korean?
Yeah, I love
Korean.
My people. I love it. It's great.
Wakanda. I'm sorry, I had to. What do you want like this? Oh, Lord.
Different universe.
Always have to ruin everything. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I think the Bridgerton series does well in general with having a diverse cast. So seeing someone of Asian representation as the main female love interest and not just a side character, I really enjoy that. And she's beautiful. Yeah. And I really like that they made her character as far as what I've seen so far right now, she is not really like a damsel in distress. Like she takes things kind of into her own hands, and she proves that she's like a very capable person just because of the way that she grew up. And I love that. Yep.
Yeah. I also love it. I think it's a really great season so far. I feel like compared to it, it matches pretty well with the rest of the seasons and how good it is. I really like Sophie. I think that her backstory is really good. I don't mind that it's like a Cinderella story because, I mean, there's only so many romantic situations that you can kind of create in that world. So it was inevitable they were going to get to like the help and the higher up classes type of thing.
Right. Yeah.
So I really like that. And yeah, I like her character a lot. I like Benedict. I actually rewatching the other seasons. I don't know. I liked Benedict's character in previous seasons a little more than his own. But also this is just the first half. So he still has some development to do.
Yeah.
I really, really like it. I think this one is going to become my favorite season. And I think my favorite love story because it's showing you a different side of Benedict. He's known as the free spirit, the jokester. He's actually my favorite male character anyways. But this one is kind of showing you a more multi-dimensioned character in a sense where he just wants someone to love him for him and not because society is telling him, or to be a part of the society, he has to marry someone of status to just keep that rolling. And for him too, he's like, I'm not even the Viscount. He's like, so what title do I have? You know? Because since they just had a kid, I mean, that's shown in the trailer for the second part, but because Anthony and Kate had a kid, they have the heiress of the Bridgerton name. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter for anybody else. Yeah. You know? And they can say they don't want it. Like it doesn't, he can just be like, I'm good. And then it goes to Colin. You know what I mean? So
I think in general, that's the overall appeal of the Bridgerton family is like, yes, they keep up somewhat of society's expectations, but they don't necessarily conform to all of it, which is nice. Like, you know, Violet Bridgerton is very big on like love, obviously, and
family.
And not really like
you have
so
to
much
marry somebody of status.
Right. Yeah. Which I like. So
yeah. I like though too that he kind of separates himself from the seasons each year of courting anyone because he's like, they're all just looking for a name.
Right.
Like they're all just looking for money. And again, he just wants somebody to see him for who he is. That's why he doesn't put so much pressure on himself.
Yeah. And that's why he was shocked when Sophie didn't know who he was. He was like, you really don't know who I am?
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And she's like, well, now I do.
The only everybody pretty much comes back. The only people that we do not see in the first 4 episodes is, of course, Kate and Anthony, Simon and Daphne. We will never see Simon. I hope Daphne does come back, though.
I like her character a lot.
She has to. She's a Bridgerton. Like, if y'all sign up for this shit and you become part of the family, like, you should have to come to
Bridgerton.
Make a cameo at least.
Make a cameo, yeah. And then I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Of like main characters.
Yeah, I think so.
Did the littlest daughter make an appearance?
Hyacinth.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the one that's like trying to get into the season or whatever.
Oh,
And they
yes,
keep
yes.
catching her at all the balls.
Yeah.
Even Gregory, he comes in for a minute.
That's
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But okay, so each episode, the first one is The Waltz. So this is despite pressure from the Ton, Benedict Bridgerton isn't one to settle down until a masked woman at a ball unexpectedly captures his heart. So we're going to talk about that. That's going to be the masquerade ball is pretty much almost the entire episode. Episode number 2 is called Time Transfixed. To find his mystery woman, Benedict enlists the help of none other than Lady Whistledown. Lady Danbury's patience with the queen wears decidedly thin. This episode here, we see a lot of backstory on Sophie and who she is. A lot of present day and past. And then we see a newer side of the friendship to Lady Danbury and Queen Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Benedict is trying to find his one true love, the Lady in Silver. Episode 3 is called The Field Next to the Other Road. An unexpected detour draws Benedict and Sophie closer together. Back in Mayfair, the help gains the upper hand in a heated maid war. So this one is pretty much going to be, in episode 2, Sophie and Benedict meet, but he doesn't recognize her. So they end up at a cottage together, and they're now leaving the cottage to go back into Mayfair, which is where the Ton lives. And this is where Lady Penwood, who is the household name of where Sophie was a housemaid too. She's looking for new maids because she fired Sophie, and for one person she needs like 4 people because Sophie was like her top housemaid. And so that's why they call it the maid wars, because a lot of people are changing households now.
They're getting poached and stolen.
Yeah.
Bribed.
And then episode 4, an offer from a gentleman. Eager to focus on her new role, Sophie finds her longing for Benedict is hard to shake. Francesca broaches a sensitive topic. Violet hosts tea for 2. So in episode 4, Benedict, in episode 3, he hires her to work at Bridgerton House so that he can help her out, take care of her, kind of keep an eye on her. He feels something towards her. Still doesn't know that she's the Lady in Silver. But she is now finding it difficult to be the top, new worker because they all love her. But she's just getting distracted with him. He has this lovely monologue, and then he kills it by asking her to be his mistress. So we'll talk about that. But that's pretty much your first half of the new season.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go through some segments. The first one we're going to talk about, episode 1, the Masquerade Ball. Violet Bridgerton, I was going to say Lady Bridgerton, like she didn't have a name. Violet Bridgerton decides to host the first ball of the season, which is normally held by Lady Danbury. The reason why it's not held by Lady Danbury is because she is trying to take a step back from her role in society as the Queen's, what does she call it?
Lady in waiting.
Lady in waiting, yeah. And so we'll talk about that later, but there's a reason why Bridgerton is now hosting the first ball, and she wants to make it a masquerade ball. So think of, it's very Cinderella-esque. They come in, they remove their masks at midnight, reveal themselves who they are as if they can't fucking see. If you can't tell who we are with these masks, y'all, what's going on?
Then you're new.
But yeah, so we kind of start off with that. Benedict, in the start of the episode, he's constantly away. He's at his he's at his cottage, he's at the bar, at the club. He's in the club. He is consistently late to all the family events. And for Violet, she's very strict on making an appearance, being on time. She doesn't want anybody to, one, embarrass her, but then also so that they can look like a strong family, and so he doesn't want to attend this ball, but he attends it anyways. And this is also after he has just come back from the bar. The Queen arrives. She is looking for her next diamond. However, when she has a discussion, so now she's using Penelope as, I guess you could say still like a journalist, but she's like, we got to find some
like
exciting things.
Yeah. And like a gossip, like her source of gossip still, but her personal source of gossip.
Yeah. And she decides this season of marriage that instead of focusing on the next diamond, she wants to focus on the next suitor. So she asks Whistledown, Penelope, to, give her the tea on all the men. And she has her eyes, Queen Charlotte has her eyes set on Benedict Bridgerton as her diamond suitor. So what about the masquerade ball? Thoughts?
Stunning. I loved everybody in there. I mean, some outfits were better than others. Eloise. Come on now.
Oh,
She's Joan of Arc.
Her short ass hair.
Yeah.
Her bob.
Okay.
Her bob. I loved Penelope's. I thought hers was really.
I loved hers.
I loved her hat.
Yes. I loved her in which Nicola Coughlan is usually blonde.
Yeah. Yes.
So we got to see her in that like blonde state, which was fun.
Yes. Yeah, I like that she's back to blonde because in previous seasons she was that awful shade of red
Yeah.
with the really tight curls.
Yeah.
So now she's looking more mature.
Yes. I really liked Violet Bridgerton's outfit.
She looked like a fairy.
She looked stunning. Yeah.
She was a fairy.
She was a fairy. Yes.
Yeah, I love the costuming. I always love their house too. Whenever it shows like the front of their house and all of their like lilacs hanging down, I always think their house is so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought their house was the perfect place to do the masquerade. I liked that it was held there.
I like this doesn't have to do with the masquerade, but I like how they showed more of the house because they showed where the housemaid's quarters and all that, or the servants' quarters,
The kitchen, the laundry room.
Yeah, and we've never seen that in any of the seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like that because I'm like, how are we supposed to get an idea of how big this house is
huge.
without seeing everything but the main room where they have tea and where they have dinner and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a couple comments. So the first dance, when you first walk into the masquerade, and there's always a dance happening. Yo, I thought that dance was so intense in a good way. I was like, it's so just like, they're doing all these holds, they're staring at each other, and then they just like move together. I think it would be so fun to be cast for that, for something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think they were playing, I put Life in Technicolor was the song by Vitamin String Quartet. I mean, the Vitamin. What the fuck? Violin. What does it say vitamin? Violin String Quartet is playing Life in Technicolor. And this is when Sophie is arriving to the house, is when that's getting played, but that's when we see everybody in the ball.
Yeah.
And then Queen Charlotte arrives in her Queen of Hearts outfit with her big ass heart head.
I love
it.
Wigs.
Yeah. I love it.
Lady Danbury is dressed as, she says Zeus, but when I looked at her, I was like, yo, she's a warrior from 300. And then her brother
are wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
Eloise's outfit, her little Dora the Explorer haircut. Oh my God, she looked so bad.
Yeah.
It's a hairstyle that doesn't suit her. For sure.
And then you guys mentioned Penelope. Hers is really nice. I didn't like Colin's though. I mean, I know they were like
he had like the
meshed
scarf
together, but
around his head. It was okay. I wasn't focused on him.
I wasn't focused on the men really.
Yeah, like Benedict was literally wearing like an open black shirt and a black mask. So I was like, they're not really.
He was like Zorro to me.
Yeah.
Which we kind of look like Zorro right now.
It's okay.
I'm gonna...
I wrote down, why are the men's masquerade masks so ugly? So when you look through, when they start going through, just then looking at everybody's costumes, all of the women have very
ornate,
masks, or whether they're handheld, like Penwood and her daughter. Which one is the one that she loves the most?
Rosamund.
Yeah, they had the handheld ones. Okay, first of all, Lady Penwood's mask was literally this. Held. I was like, what the fuck?
She's like, I can't be bothered.
Cho Chang.
And this is where we are introduced actually to them, to the Penwood. So we have Lady Penwood. I forgot her first name. It's like Armanita or something like that.
Something like that.
I don't remember.
Then we have Rosamund Lee and then
Posey,
who is the younger sister. And they're supposed to represent, technically, if you think about Cinderella, Anastasia and Drusilla, I think is the other stepsister. And then the Lady Tremaine. What do we think about them?
I love Posey.
Posey's funny.
Yeah. She's definitely seems like the one who considers Sophie like a sister. And probably because like her real family kind of treats her like shit too. Like they think she's incapable and she's just silly. And Sophie actually like, you know, sees her as a person. And I love their dynamic together. The other two can fuck off. I don't care for them much.
I do like what's her name again?
Rosamund's
costumes.
Yeah.
I like her dresses, especially the dress she was wearing in the promenade. She was wearing this like royal blue dress. I was like, yo, that shit's pretty.
I even like Lady Penwood's outfits. They're all black normally, but like all of them are very intricate and like they have a lot of detail and look really good.
I can definitely tell that for their family, there is a little bit of an oriental touch to their outfits, which I appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Represent.
Excuse me. This is where now to the first time Benedict sees Sophie. So she is dressed as you could kind of say like a silver swan-esque. I did not like her dress. I'll give her that.
That's okay.
But it doesn't matter. She's a housemaid. So it fits for her character. I did like her mask though.
Same. Yeah, I liked her mask.
Which she made herself.
Yes.
But he sees her across the ball staring at a chandelier. And I think that moment in cinematography itself it captured what it needed to capture. So just those two actors itself, like he is like intrigued and she's like, oh my God, this sparkles. Like the only reason why she goes to this ball is because she wants to experience it because it's something that she'll never be able to experience.
Yeah.
And she always says that people don't care about the finer details. They're just there to go to get married, right? Or to be courted. And for her, there's so much that goes into this that she was going for basically research, but also to just look at that, like to not care about the social aspect of it.
Right. I think also from Benedict's perspective is that he's someone, obviously he's like an artist and appreciates art. So her like admiring like architecture or anything that resembles any sort of artistry is probably also what draws him to her. Yeah.
And then he goes up to her. He sees I don't know who it was, but some other, because Penelope mentioned his name, but some other suitor tries to go up to her for the first dance. And this is after he's watching her admire the chandelier. He gets a sense of kind of jealousy, like right off the bat, but then he sees that she's like hiding her dance card. So he's like, oh, she doesn't want to dance with him. Cool, blah, whatever. Makes his way to court her onto the dance floor. But she pretends she doesn't know how to dance. Actually, she doesn't pretend. She actually never had lessons. Yeah. So she says that she doesn't know how to dance. And she's also afraid of being in the public eye because she doesn't want Penwood to recognize her.
Right. She doesn't want any attention on her.
Yeah. And then they go out to the terrace in the little gazebo.
So cute.
And that's where they kind of have their first interaction.
Yeah. I didn't notice what Francesca and I always want to say Killmonger. It's not Killmonger. That's fucking Black Panther.
Kilmartin.
John.
I didn't notice what their costumes were either. I don't think I remember.
He was wearing a mask that every time I was watching him, I was like, he looks like one of the Ninja Turtles. His mask, like the way it was just shaped on his face. I was like, what the fuck?
Ninja Turtle.
I did like though, because their characters are, from the last season, they're very like shy, very introverted. I like that it always showed them like at the party, but they were like off, like by themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Okay, so the interaction with Benedict and Sophie in the terrace. Thoughts?
Cute. When he takes off her glove, I was like,
yeah.
He's like smelling her.
I know. He's like,
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Teaches her how to dance. Very cute.
They share a kiss.
They share a kiss that she initiates. She's like, it's my one night out.
She's like,
well, because she was trying to leave.
Yeah.
So the clock strikes midnight. She's ready to go. She never tells him her name. And so he's trying to find out more about her, but then she leaves him with a kiss, and then he still has her glove. Like, she doesn't realize that she doesn't have a glove anymore.
And the only thing he knows about her is that she can't dance. She's from England. I think there was one other thing.
Something about deep water, or the water. There was something how she viewed.
Oh, yes.
She grew up by water.
I don't remember, because I know that is one of the questions he asks to
All the women.
later. Yeah. But I don't remember exactly what it is about Sophie.
They play a classical rendition of DJ Goddess Fallen in Love.
Yes.
That's when she talks about her not being able to dance. So just another violin. Well, when you were still downstairs, we were talking about the music that they played, and I like that song. And then one more song to note is Never Let You Go by Third Eyed Blind. That was another classical rendition, and this is played when Danbury asks the queen to step back from society, and we'll get back to that later. But pretty much the end of the episode ends with us finding out that, even though we already know by the trailers, but us finding out that Sophie, so she goes back home. She ends her night at midnight because she has to get home before the Penwoods do. However, we're supposed to not know this connection yet. And then it is revealed her, hiding all her things, getting herself back ready as a housemaid. So we see here, okay, she's a housemaid. Whose household does she live in? And then we see that she is part of the Penwood house.
Yes.
And she has a very strenuous relationship with Lady Penwood. Yeah. Which is shown already in that first episode when she slams down the cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she made a comment. Penwood did. I forgot what the comment was.
Well, it was because the other staff member said that they would have everything done exactly how she would when they get home. And so she brings in the tea. She makes a comment about how it wasn't ready for us as soon as we came in here or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she was like, well, I had to do all this and this and this and this and that. So that's why.
Yeah. All right. Episode 1. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Great first episode.
I thought it was a great introduction to the season.
And I like that one thing to mention, when Violet is looking for Benedict in the very first 5 minutes, and she finds him in it wasn't at his cottage, but it's at their...
It's bachelor pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's ass naked in the bed with a woman. And then
Two other women.
Well, he had another woman on the chase, and she's naked also.
She's
and Violet is what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, Benedict. And he's just laughing. He's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Okay. So Masquerade is done. Next segment is let's talk about Sophie's upbringing and working for the Penwoods. So in episode 2, we get a lot of flashbacks of a little bit more into detail of Sophie's life. Flashbacks of kind of who she is. Not too much detail, but who she is, and then her life as a housemaid for the Penwoods. So her father is what's his title? Is he just a lord?
I think he's just a lord, because Lady Penwood, so lord.
Gotcha. Didn't put the two together. So he was Lord Penwood, whatever. They didn't live in Mayfair, though.
Mm-mm.
Where did they live? I forget.
Somewhere by deep waters.
Yeah, because they end up moving to Mayfair after. Anyways,
recall.
He has a new wife, and that is Cho Chang's.
Okay.
And she has 2 daughters, but he has a daughter himself. And when she comes to the estate, he lets her know that Sophie is his ward. So it's his illegitimate child, basically. So her mother was a housemaid. They had a relationship, and he's taking care of his daughter. But the mom passed away. Doesn't say how. Just say she passed away.
Yeah.
However, in real time of the story, her father dies. So Penwood decides to make Sophie a maid for her, basically telling her that she will take care of her. This is the best decision for them because she won't be seen positively in the eye of the society since she's an illegitimate child.
Mhm.
Yes. And also she tells her that she's not in the will.
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
I think that's a lie, to be
Well,
honest.
I was seeing clips from A Cinderella Story with what's the actress's name?
Oh, I forgot her fucking name.
What is her name? The one the one that plays the stepmom?
I forgot her name.
What is her name?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, Jennifer
There we
Coolidge.
go.
The one scene in there where she was like, I've never seen my dead husband's will before.
Mhm.
It's literally going to be the end of this story.
Yeah.
Definitely is. What was I going with this? I forgot. Anyways, okay, so let's talk about the housemaids first of the Penwood. I forget their names, but we have Alfie, who is the main male butler, let's say. And then we have the older lady who pretty much is like, she helped Sophie grow up.
Yeah.
I think she's the head. No, that's a lie. Sophie's the head maid. That's why she does everything. But the older lady, I think her name's Nora. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong.
She's probably like
but-
been there the longest.
Yeah.
You would say.
So she was there when Lady Penwood arrived.
right.
Yeah.
Like before Lord Penwood.
And she's the one who told Sophie when she arrived, because Sophie, as a little girl, was excited. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have like my new mom and my sisters." And Nora, or whatever her name is, was like, "You can't refer to her as your mother. Like, you have to just refer to her as Lady Penwood."
Yeah.
Well, she said too, don't call
Don't call
your
your father.
father.
Father,
Mhm.
yeah.
She's like, why? So innocent.
Mm-hmm.
But their dynamic, I love their friendship. And I like that they showed, like they got scenes. It wasn't, they're not background characters.
Yeah.
I mean,
love
they
Alfie.
technically are background characters, but not,
Yeah, they're like
they're not
main
getting a check
side.
just to walk by the screen.
Right.
Yeah, I loved Alfie. I love his accent. He's so cute. He's like so
Sophie.
fat.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
No, Sophie. I was like, oh God, I can't.
And yeah, the lady is like kind of like a grandmother to her almost,
Yeah.
since her mom has passed. I think is really sweet.
Mm-hmm. I
Sorry,
kind of like
Megan.
that they made her Asian as well.
Yeah, at first I thought that was her mom
Mm-hmm.
when it like very first introduced her, and I was like, oh no, they're not related.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Very sad. Definitely, it's obvious that Lady Penwood is lying. So, I'm curious to see, like, as the season comes to an end, how they're gonna find that out.
I think Sophie's going to tell him who she is.
Mm.
Like where she comes from.
I would have been.
Yeah.
We'll get there, but I would have been like, it's me.
Hey.
No, I mean,
Episode 2.
not just that. Sorry. I mean, her actual background.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
This is my, I don't
Like,
just have
I'm an
dead parents.
illegitimate.
Right, like, I
this
came
is
from the
who
Lord.
yeah.
Like, I'm not just a maid.
So Lady Penwood really wants, I'm sorry, let me go backwards. Lady Whistledown writes of the eligible bachelor, which is Benedict. So he is the main suitor. He's the one to keep your eye on, all this kind of stuff. So Lady Penwood wants Rosamund. I can't say her
Rosamund.
name. What the fuck?
Rosamund.
Anyways, the daughter we don't like. She's trying to doll her up for Bridgerton because also too she wants that title. She wants them to have the Bridgerton
Oh,
name,
for
the
sure.
Bridgerton money.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about Posey at all.
No.
Literally.
She's just like,
Proposing.
whatever, you do you.
And when they get back from the party, Rosamund, because they're telling Sophie like kind of about the ball and whatever, and Rosamund says, "Oh yeah, Benedict, he was showing interest in me," and Posey goes, "Was he?"
I
She's
love her.
so funny. Oh, that girl. Where am I? So, in terms of Lady Penwood really trying to push Rosamund out there, she has her approach Benedict when they do the promenade, the whole time they go and do their little promenade. Something to note here is Eloise being chaperoned basically by no, I shouldn't say chaperoned, being courted by her brother, and then he leaves her because
No, it
he's
would be
trying.
chaperoned. Courted is if you're trying to date somebody.
Gotcha, thank you. I don't know these terms here. he is chaperoning her around the promenade to find the lady in silver. But then he's like, oh, Eloise, I need you to go speak to these different suitors so that way you can get like more information for me, you know?
Yeah.
So he like leaves her with these men and she's like just disgusted.
She's like and then they look up and she's like,
he's like across promenade. She's like, help me. Like,
and then she'll be like, so do you have any sisters?
But that's where Rosamund approaches him, and he kind of sees some similarity, but he's like, "Oh, that's not her."
Because they're the only Asians around.
First of all, why is this man going around asking black women what they were wearing the night of that masquerade ball? How many Asian people are there? Like, what the fuck? Fucking idiot.
He's looking at them for their at their lips because he draws her by memory. That's how we start the episode. So he's like drawing her by memory. He's super fascinated by her. But obviously he doesn't know what she looks like. So the only thing he can really remember is what she was wearing in her lips. So as he's talking to all these women, he's like just focusing on them. And
he's
I'm like,
that's not the one.
yeah. And also too, though, I'm like, teeth is a big giveaway.
Huge. And like, even when he gets, not really, but like when he's talking to this one white girl and he's like kind of thinking it's her. But she has like all these smile lines. And I'm like, they don't look the same. You've drawn this woman 1,000,000 times now.
Yeah. So Violet is trying to help Benedict find he ends up confiding in her that he did find someone he's interested in, but he doesn't know anything about her. She's totally confused, right? She's like, are you fucking lying to me?
Wait, before that, when she goes to Penelope, because she's like, I heard you know something about Benedict's search for a wife, and she's like, oh, I really don't. And she's like, Penelope Bridgerton, and she's like, yes, ma'am.
She's like, yes, mom.
Yes, mom.
And I was like, oh.
She obviously knows Penelope knows something because the queen is put right. So that whole thing. So now Penelope is just the source of everybody in the ton. And everybody's like, awesome.
Which is so funny. And I would hate that her identity, if I was her, I would hate that my identity is right. Because everyone's just like, what's going on? Like, give me the tea.
Yeah. So that, yeah, you're right. So that's how Violet finds out that there's something about him that's what he's currently doing. Yeah. So he confides in her, and he tells her, all I have of her is this glove. And she looks in the glove, and there is a crest of
their family crest.
Of a family crest of the Penwoods. So she tells him, you should start with the Penwood household. He's like, it's not them. I already met Rosamund Lee. And she's like, it's not her. She's like, oh, thank goodness. Because they had a weird encounter at the ball. They're just fucking rude.
Hella rude.
They're the mean Asians in the show.
They are.
Except Posey.
Yeah.
But, she tells him there could be other people staying with them, whatever the case may be, just go to that house. That's where he meets Posey.
Yeah.
So he has tea with her. And it's just so funny because the lady and Rosamund are just sitting there listening to Posey
ramble
about
some
random
dream
shit
that she had about the theater. And she's like, that's why I can't go to the theater anymore.
They're like,
and there was one thing where she was like, she was going to talk about another childhood story. And he was like, before we hear about that.
But this is where Sophie finds out that Benedict is at their home.
Yes.
And she's outside. The doors cracked a little bit open. So of course she gets a full view of him. Her heart's racing like this whole thing because she felt something from their night. And this is where Alfie is like best man.
He's like, go in there.
He's like, interrupt them. Let him know who you are. This could change your entire life. Yeah. Like the moment he knows who you are, Lady Penwood has nothing on you because she's afraid of what's going to happen if Penwood finds out that she went to this ball.
Right.
But he's basically letting her know your whole life can change. He's specifically looking for you. That means this man won't marry you because everybody knows that he never wanted to court anyone.
Yeah. Right. So if he's doing all of this to find one person, like.
Yeah. And when I texted you guys, I was like, oh, season 2 already made me cry. It was that scene specifically of him talking to her that I was like, oh my God, he's such a good friend to her and like letting her know she's worthy, especially too of where she comes from. She is royal as well, or she's part of society. I shouldn't say royal. Yeah, she's of status, but
because of her things that are out of her control, because it wasn't her choice to be a bastard child, basically, like she has a right to the same status.
Yeah. And so I thought he was great. And she like had the courage for a millisecond and then she talked herself down.
Yeah.
And during that scene is when Enchanted by Taylor Swift, they did the little violin.
Oh.
I really liked that rendition.
Something to note. So at the beginning of the episode 2, the silver shoes so she was wearing a silver dress. Everything silver. Obviously, lady in silver. The shoes that she was wearing were these small heeled pumps, whatever you call them, whatever.
A kitten heel.
Kitten heel by Lady Penwood. But she has like 100 different shoes.
Billion shoes.
As well as her daughters. So when they were trying to figure out what to pair with this dress, did the dress come from?
They were in storage.
Oh, okay.
It was like their families, just extra clothing.
Yeah.
Like 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago.
Okay. So Alfie finds her silver shoes that'll go well with the dress. They find out that it's Penwood's and they're kind of trying to decide like, oh my God, she's going to recognize the shoes because everything else is not, besides the crest, everything else is not going to be noticeable. She's like, no, she has 100 pairs. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. She'll get them back to where, they're going to be. Penwood magically is like, there's a scuff in my shoe, in that same pair of shoes, the next day. So she's like, it's fine. I'll buffer them out. How am I supposed to know what happened to them? Blah, 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 blah. But then she gets suspicious because he never brings up the glove. And I think it was Lady Bridgerton, Violet, that tells him not to mention the glove because then it's kind of like Cinderella, right? When he goes with the glass shoe, everyone's like, it fits. And they're like fucking bulging out and shit.
Right.
But when he's about to get into his carriage, when he leaves, he pulls out the glove.
And she sees it.
Yeah.
They're in the window. Posey's like, I can't say. Oh, she's so funny. But Penwood realizes the crest. So she's like, there's only one person that could do that. It's gonna be Sophie. So of course she goes into her bedroom. She finds the dress. She finds all the things. From this,
she puts 2 and 2 together that the person that bumped into her at the masquerade
is Sophie.
Which I feel like you should have recognized her.
Again, there aren't too many Asian people in Mayfair.
Right. That part. But anyway.
It's just like Joe Goldberg again. He wears a hat. Nobody can recognize him. So she, as Sophie is doing her duties, she calls Sophie in to
try on her shoes.
Yeah, to try on her shoes. Sophie's like, I have a million other tasks. She's like, well, you're done with your task for the day until you complete this task. Put on the shoe. Perfect fit. And so then she relieves her of her duties, puts her out on the street. This is where the maid wars come in to play. It comes into play in the next episode, but she knows that she needs to now hire basically 3 maids to do the work of Sophie.
I was really, I didn't cry at this point, but when Alfie was hugging Sophie and she was like, it's okay. And he was like, no, I want to like stay angry. He's like, I want to be in my anger.
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's literally the best. Sophie, though, she makes sure, as she packs up all her things, she makes sure that she takes the glove with her.
As she should.
Something to remember Benedict by. But also, too, she probably had it in her plan to be like, well, now I can reveal myself to him. Maybe. Who knows? And then I also love that Posey tries to help her out because she has no money to her name, essentially. We got to see that will. And so she gives her the clips from the shoes, right? That's what she gives her?
From one of like Posey's shoes or something.
Oh, I thought it was the silver shoes. I was like, that's right. I would have done that same shit too. Fucked up the shoes. Be like, fuck you, mom. But she gives it to her secretly. And as she's about to like hug her, there's Rosamund like, know your place. Like, don't do that. I was like,
Bitch.
go to hell.
Literally.
And so this is where the second encounter of Benedict and Sophie happened. Sophie as Sophie herself, the housemaid. I forget the name of the household.
Starts with the C.
Yeah. But doesn't matter. She's currently working there with her friend Hazel.
Cavender.
Yeah, she's working there with her friend Hazel. And he is a sex offender. Let's just put it that way, because he loves to abuse women and the housemaids. He gets drunk and wants to do whatever he wants to do. So a night out at one of the, I keep calling it a club, but what is it called?
It was an estate. It's like his parents' estate.
No, he went to the bar place.
Oh. I don't know. I call it like a gentleman's
Gentleman's club.
club.
So Benedict has his night there. As he's leaving somewhere, he's going towards the direction of the Cavender, you said?
I think that's her name.
Yeah, that estate. And then he sees Sophie comes out to save Hazel. The main Cavender guy doesn't like that. So he's literally like, you fucking bitch. He's about to slap her, or he does slap her. He hits her somehow because Benedict sees it.
He does hit her, yeah.
Comes to her rescue, starts...
Because she throws something on him. I think she throws like a drink or something.
Like
on him.
water or something.
Or to get him off of Hazel.
And then Benedict comes to the rescue. Not in a damsel in distress way, though.
No.
But he's literally like, know your place. You're a gentleman. You do not touch a lady. Doesn't matter whether she's a maid. Doesn't matter her status. You don't touch a woman. And I think that also comes from his big-ass family, right? He would protect any...
of his sisters.
Any of his sisters.
He does say, like, if you ever harm any other woman, like, doesn't matter what type of woman, like, I will
ruin you.
Yeah. And he makes her apologize. He says, apologize to her. But then did you notice he apologized to Benedict? He didn't apologize to Sophie.
Right.
Whatever, men.
His pride is hurt.
Yeah. So that happens. And then he basically fires Sophie. So Sophie's like, well, what the fuck? You didn't need to come to my rescue. Like, now I'm out of work. And he's like, let me just take you to your next destination. She wants to go to London. So he's like, all right, get on my little carriage.
My horse and buggy.
Yeah, my horse and buggy. Let's go. Then as they're riding away, there's a storm that hits. So they have to go to his cottage.
Also, I saw this online. People were pointing out that she like made a point to like pack all of her
I
shit
was gonna say that.
and then doesn't have anything with her.
Yeah, she has nothing with her.
Yeah.
She doesn't have her little
Glove,
suitcase.
all of her shit, nothing.
But yeah, so that's how episode 2 ends. There's obviously other stuff, but like,
well,
we
and
said, we'll
Sophie
talk
is
about that
like, because she's well studied, she knows things, and so she's looking at the sky and she's like, oh, like looking at the stars, whatever, and she's like, and it's going to rain, and he's like, it's not going to rain. She goes, it's going to rain.
And what do
There's
you know?
like a drop. What did he say?
He's like,
I think
it's a
it's-
drizzle.
He said it's like mist or something.
Mist, yeah.
He's like, it's mist.
Important to note that Benedict also gets injured.
Yes, in the fight with
the fight.
what's his face,
Cavender.
some type of, because I think there was like a glass that broke, and I think
Oh.
the glass sliced him.
You're right. Yeah, they do end up getting to the cottage. That's how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
So they get to his cottage, and he tells her too. He's like, his housemaids of his cottage used to work for the Bridgerton family when he was a kid. He's been with them for about 20 plus years. So now they take care of him, or the Crabtrees.
Mm-hmm.
They take care of his cottage when he's out. And they were on a trip. So he's like, it's vacant. I have extra space for you. This is where we can stay. We can get dried up. You can, change clothes, whatever. That's where we find out that he was pretty much stabbed by...
Some glass or something.
Yeah.
He was in bed, and he's like, "Ugh."
Yeah. And then
Okay.
he's
That
getting an
scene
infection.
Annoyed me.
Being
And it's in
big
the
ass
middle of the
drama
night.
queen.
Sophie overhears him. She's like, what the fuck is going on? Goes to his door. He doesn't answer. He's just having an infection. That's
Okay,
what we're gonna call
listen.
it.
if the infection gets so bad that it's making you groan like that, that means you have a systemic infection going on, which means you need antibiotics, and no amount of alcohol on a wound is going to fix that.
Yeah, but remember too the times we're in.
So he probably would have actually died.
Literally.
Let's be realistic.
He had a fever.
I was like, he was groaning
was
like
pale.
he was fucking dying.
Literally.
You know what they say, when men are sick,
Big ass
they
drama
make
queens.
it a big ass difference than when women are sick.
I was like, okay.
So that's how it ends. Oh, and he's like pleading to her. He's
Kiss
like,
me.
kiss me, because he sees those lips of hers.
And then he's like, don't leave me again.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's just sitting, watching him on the chair.
And he is drunk when they first meet because he's coming from the club. So he keeps looking at her during the carriage ride. He's like, are you sure we haven't met before?
He feels her hand too, like when she takes his hand in his.
All the
he's
signs
like,
are
are you
there.
sure?
She's a fucking idiot.
But
Well, listen. He proves that in the end of episode 4 too. That
And he
he's an
proves that
idiot.
he's a fucking idiot.
I want from that episode, I want a clear explanation of why, I hope we get this, of why Lady Penwood hates. I mean, I can put 2 and 2 together in my mind, but I kind of want it, I want this big like reveal of why she hates Sophie so much.
Well, it was apparent like when she first gets there, like she, when she sees Sophie as a little girl and she sees her for the first time and she looks happy and she's like, oh my gosh, she was this cute little girl. And then as soon as he said like, it's his ward, she immediately turns like sour and is like upset. And then he mentions like, oh, I'm sure you'll take care of her like just as you will your own. So I don't know if she has like resentment or if it's just a status thing of like having this scandalous person in your household and you don't want people knowing for societal reasons that you have her.
I saw something online. Somebody was saying it could be potentially because Sophie, if she didn't make her a housemaid, right? So really not exposed to society, that she would get more attentions than her daughter. Mm-hmm. So then she would become
she would be the main.
diamond. She would be the main. And then what are her daughters left with?
True. And she
also,
probably is in the will.
Yeah, she would inherit
Yeah.
probably mostly everything. Which a lot of the time, it's anytime these kind of Cinderella stories come up, it's like, well, if you just treat the daughter right, if she does,
she will like you.
She will like you and take care of you. Like,
yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, if I was Sophie, though, and I got kicked out and put on the street, I would have gone straight to the Bridgerton house. And I would have been like, hey, it was me. Here's the glove. Here's my face. Go back. Go
I'm
back
actually
to
the daughter
Penwood.
of a lord.
Yeah.
Albeit a bastard child, but I'm still
I would go
the
back
daughter
to the
of a lord.
Penwoods. I'd be like, Rosamund, you're a bitch. Your mama's a bitch, too.
Your mama's a hoe.
Can we pause for more tea?
Yeah.
We got 2 more episodes to talk about. All right. We're now at episode 3. So this episode here is we're at the cottage.
The cottage.
It's all the scenes at the cottage with Benedict and Sophie.
She's like what did she say? She was like quite an embellishment because he was like, oh,
It's
my
just my cottage.
It's like
It's-
a fucking mansion.
Literally.
There's obviously a lot of, we see more of the side stories in this episode, but again, we're just talking about Benedict and Sophie for now. During this time, so he is recovering. She puts alcohol to save his infection on his wound.
Wait.
Oh, and the crab trees actually come back because of the storm.
Yeah.
They make it back to the cottage. So
The mist.
yeah. So when they come back, they see a lady sleeping in a chair next to Benedict. And their first comment is just like, what was it? That like she didn't even go back to her room or whatever. They're just like, they're indecent. Like, what's going on?
Which wouldn't be my initial thought if I saw she was sleeping separately on a chair. Be like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Fully clothed.
he makes it a thing where he tells the Crabtrees that she is his guest, so she should be treated as such. She is not a handmaid to him. And so she should not be cleaning. She shouldn't be doing her regular duties, which are like normal to her. And the Crabtrees need to treat her with respect as a guest. That don't look at her differently. Like she's not in the same social status as him. I was laughing so hard when she's having breakfast in his room because he's having breakfast in bed. And he's just like, oh, no, like all happy and shit. And she has this whole like buffet in front of her that she's diving into, but then the Crabtrees are just sitting in the middle of them. Yeah. And they're just like,
And he makes a comment. He's like staring and he's like, I've just never seen a lady eat so much before, like be so excited to eat.
Yeah. Sophie is like wanting to, okay, I'm going to help Miss Crabtree, like,
do this and that.
Yeah. And he's like,
no,
stop doing that. He's like, you don't need to wear the same dress every day. Like, go wear one of my sister's old dresses. Like, you have enough to go around.
Yeah.
This is also her first time to being regularly in like a low cut dress because she always has everything covered.
Yeah.
I don't know.
High neck, high collar.
Yeah. So then we see her
stupid little bun thingy I hate.
Yeah, her hair was bad.
Oh, I was like, it's so ugly. It's like a little fan. Like,
So, her first leisure time. Also, I hate the way they say leisure. Leisure. I'm like, ugh. She's just roaming the garden.
But she can't help
Trying
herself.
to relax.
She has to pick a weed.
Pick a weed. She gets dirty. She's just like, fuck, I don't know what to do. She's walking around. She trips. And she's like, anybody see me? He's watching her from the window. Yeah. Like all the things. They fly a kite together. She finds is in his library is where he has all his art stuff. So she sees that. This is where we kind of get a sense of Benedict's lack of confidence in his art. He's kind of shy about it, where she's like, oh my God, these are amazing, this and that. He's like, no, they're not finished. They're, and I guess you could say that of anybody that's an artist, not just painting, like just anybody that's creative, like they always want something to be perfect.
Right.
Always to them, like they can always do better, but she just likes it for what it is, right? Like he's doing something he loves and he's really good at it. We learn here that she can speak French, so she can speak Korean, French, and English. He also speaks French. They have a moment in their library
where she's like, it's all in the way that you say it with your lips.
Yeah, she's like, focus on the lips, not the jaw. And she like touches his face. And I was like, okay.
Another moment. And he has like several moments where he's like almost recognizing her, like thinking something, and then it's like, oh no, not her.
I was like, are we gonna fuck now?
No, yet. They don't. They go fly a kite. It's Gregory's kite, I think, or something like that, like a painting he made, and he turns it into a kite. I feel like that scene was funny because she's like looking at him tie this kite, and she's like, I don't think you're doing it right. Yeah. He's like, I know how to tie a kite. But they're very playful together. That's what I like. And it represents his character very well because he's a free spirit, but I feel like when people call him a free spirit, they almost use it as a derogatory term. And he just wants someone to love him for him, but he truly is a free spirit. Yeah. Right.
They think he doesn't take things seriously.
Yeah. And then another notable scene is, next scene is, he's swimming in the lake. Yeah. Butt ass motherfucking naked. And she's just roaming around, happens to come across him. She tries to hide, and he's like, who's there?
Come out. He's like, I know you're there.
And this is where they share their first kiss as Sophie and Benedict, like noticing each other. But Miss Crabtree is like, there's something between them. Obviously, he treats her differently. He doesn't treat her as a housemaid. So she's like, he's having feelings for her. And she's trying to stop him for the sake of Sophie, not the sake of him. Because she's like, if people catch wind of this, she will never be respected in a household. People will not hire her, you know. And she knows because her and her husband are,
Yeah.
she'll be a mistress to him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how people will view it. And himself, apparently, from episode 4. So then Benedict tells Sophie he regrets them having a kiss. This is, again, they meet in the library and doesn't understand his change of mood, you know? But to her, she's just like, all right, well, me too. Like, I'm glad that we have that squared away.
Take me back to London.
Yeah,
Literally.
take me back to London.
That's pretty much it.
And he promises her too, when they're on their way to the cottage, he promises her that he's going to find her work. So he's like, give me a couple days, you know, and she's like, okay, I need to find a job, you know, I need to get back to London. And he's like, I've already wrote some letters, like I've been trying to find you a place, like while he's been recovering. He takes her back to London, and we find out that the household that hired him is his own, because the Penwoods have already started to slander her name. But she hasn't told anybody who she worked for. They just hear that, that she causes drama or something.
Yeah.
So he's like, nobody's going to hire you. I want to take care of you. I will hire you myself. Yeah. So that's their love in episode 3. Now, last episode 4. So she's working in Bridgerton house.
Very competently.
Yeah. She's only, because they have such a huge staff that she's not used to like sharing all of the responsibility. She's used to having to do everything.
Yeah.
But all she is Eloise and Francesca's.
No, and Hyacinth's.
Hyacinth's. Not lady in waiting. What do they call them?
Like maid.
Lady maid. I don't know.
Or
Something like
maid,
that.
Lady maid.
Main maid or something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
And they're like fighting over her at this point because they both really like her now.
Yeah.
Yeah. She, Eloise finds out that she's into books.
She's an intellectual.
Yeah. And so, you know, she is outspoken and she speaks her mind in a moment. And so she shares a moment with Eloise and they're like, oh, did you read this? Did you read this? She's like, oh my God, we need to change books. Because Eloise has gotten the approval from Violet to step aside from society. Not step aside, excuse me. To step aside from the season. She says that she hasn't been courted in 3 seasons. She's like, I don't want to, this is not what I want. I'd rather be in Spencer.
So I'm going on the shelf.
Yeah. And so she's like, all right, well then you can help Hyacinth. So as she's at all of Hyacinth's like lessons, she's just reading her book. She's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
And Hyacinth is really into it. And she likes the idea of like being able to like host and like throw parties and all the little details. And she's really excited about it.
Yeah.
I did like how, I don't know if you have it written down, but how Hyacinth kind of called Eloise out.
Oh, I love that. Because I was like,
loved
shut
that.
the fuck up, Eloise.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Make haste. Come gather. Okay, we're on episode. Get your water bottle. That's not part of the period.
So sorry.
Okay, so episode 4. Sophie is.
So enthusiastic.
It's been hours.
It took a long pause. So Sophie is doing really, really well at the Bridgerton house.
Yes.
Every time she sees Benedict, she gets flustered, and he does too, right? This is when they run into each other in the hallway, where they're in a study, those types of things. And then there's a moment where she's in one of the studies, she's like looking out at the stars or trying to look at the stars, and he walks in on her. And then that's where he tells her that he has feelings for her, right? Like he can't stop thinking about her.
Yes.
It's something along
Yes.
those lines, right? And so she has this like idea in her head, like, oh, like maybe he does. I don't know if she has it in her head, like maybe he does recognize me, but she knows that the feelings are mutual.
Right.
So he's making
He
her
feels something towards her.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's basically putting it into her head, not on purpose, but putting into her head that there could be something there.
Right.
And then, the lady that Lady Danbury is trying to make the new queen's
Yeah.
head girl, whatever.
I forget her name.
It's the boxer's wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, let me be on the search too for this lady in silver. So she believes this girl name, I wrote it down. Where is it?
Hollis. Miss Hollis.
Oh, it's just Miss Hollis. I thought she had a first name around there. Anyways, she says that there's a lady that came back into town. Her name is Miss Hollis, that she had attended the ball, left right away for some type of emergency, and now is back.
Mm-hmm.
But truth be told, she never went to the ball because she was sick or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they scheduled tea for Violet, Benedict, and then Miss Hollis and her mom, the lady of something, to have tea. And he's asking her all these questions, and he's like, okay, maybe she fits the part, until they find out that she never went to the ball.
Yep.
But during that time, Sophie goes in to take them all their tea. He didn't think that she was going to see them. And then he is a fucking dick.
And then, because she's gonna pour him tea, and he's like, last minute, he's like, no, and then she pours a tea on him.
And he burns his hand, and he makes this whole fuss.
Yeah.
And then, Sophie goes to clean it up. They excuse themselves, so it's just Sophie and him in the room, and she's telling him I can't do my job if you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You're distracting me. You're making me believe that there's something between us, but then you're out here still scheduling tea out. You're still pursuing something with these other ladies.
Right.
So what am I to you? That whole type of ordeal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he agrees to leave and stay at his bachelor pad and barely visit the house.
Yeah.
There was in that scene, because they're having that conversation, and Benedict says, I don't think it's wise for me to stay. And then he says, because. And then Sophia goes, because. And I went, because I knew you. Because they kept pausing, and I was like, because.
So then he leaves, and then there's that moment too. I think this is in that episode where she tries to masturbate.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then she's
like,
like, fit it. But it was just so funny because I was like, what the fuck? And then I thought it was going to turn to, when they're like, oh, this is what she's doing, but what is he doing? But it never changed scenes.
Yeah.
And then she's just kind of over it. I need the real deal.
Yeah.
Whatever. He ends up, he's just, why does he go back to the house? Why does he realize that because at the club, one of the other suitors, they start talking about how they can't marry out of rank or out of society or whatnot, but there's a man there that has a wife, but he has his own mistress who he's in love with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he goes to the club all the time to be with her. And he was like, oh my God, I can have the best of both worlds, Not that he wants Sophie to be his mistress, but he doesn't believe that he can marry her, whatever. Right. Or have a relationship with her. So he has to keep her in secret. So then he goes back to the house to look for her. At the same time, everybody is asked to leave the house, all the servants, because this is where Violet wants to have late night tea with Lord Anderson. Yep. And then Benedict goes to the servants' headquarters to find her. She goes back in. She's about to leave. She's like, oh, I left my coin purse. They find each other. They have a steamy moment in the staircases. And then he says this beautiful monologue. And then at the end, he asks her to be his mistress. And she just walks away.
The mood is ruined. And she goes,
sticks his whole 2 fingers in his mouth to then does all that.
To just cause disappointment in the end.
Yeah. And then that's where we end. Season or part 1. We do find out, though, that the next door neighbors of the Bridgertons are going to be the Penwoods. So that'll be interesting to see what happens next in part 2. And then, of course, we have our side characters. But about Benedict and Sophie for this episode.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Also important to note that at this point, Benedict's mom, Violet, realizes that there could be something there between, like, that he treats Sophie different. So she kind of gets a little bit more, or she asks Sophie for tea, and she kind of gets a little bit more of a history with her.
Because she wasn't sure. She was very secretive, and she wasn't sure. She's like, because of all the rumors, she's like, there's something off about her. I'm not sure about her. Has tea with her. She confides in her a little bit more. Still doesn't tell her who she is, but she understands she's intellectual. Like,
Right.
she has a good head on her shoulders. So she invites her to stay on full time.
Right. It's also kind of like, why does a maid know 3 different languages and like knows about all these books and this and that, like things that more noble people would have access to. So yeah.
I think though she's using her for her benefit for her kids though.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
Eloise really likes her, obviously, and
Hyacinth.
they take a liking to her because she's intelligent.
yeah. Our boy Benedict, stupid. But they say that it follows the books.
Yeah.
So we already know he's going to turn it around somehow. He's going to feel like shit. But again, we have to remember the time period that they're in. They don't know that this could be possible for somebody of his status.
Listen, there has to be a little bit of conflict and character development, right? So if the man was perfect straight from the get-go, it's not as fun that way. So.
I like that she just left though. She was just like, okay, goodbye.
Never
Didn't
mind.
say anything. She just was
I
like,
saw something that was like, Sophie's going to be really embarrassed when she gets there and she still doesn't have her coin purse.
that. Yeah, I was like, girl, you still don't have your money. Like, what happened? Okay, so we'll make this quick. Couple side stories. So let's talk about Violet's side story first. So Violet, obviously their mother, her husband died a couple years back. I think they were like when Anthony was a teenager or something like that.
Was it by bee sting?
That's why he's like scared of bees, they say. But she has never moved on from that. So she's never tried to pursue a man or let a man pursue her.
Her garden has
Her
been dead.
garden has been dead. And she's like, she has all this tension. And I think the tension is happening because all her kids now are asking her about sex. Like,
Yes.
describe it to me. All the ladies.
The
at least.
pinnacle.
Yeah. So she's like, I need this garden to bloom. So she, which we saw in season 3, she builds a liking to Lady Danbury's brother. And they kind of have their moments. But essentially, you know, Mama Bridgerton does her thing and they fuck and she likes it.
She invites him for tea and he's like, there's no tea. She goes, I'll be the tea that you're having.
Yes.
She said, this body tea.
She looks good in her,
She
her
did.
thing.
I loved her like little lingerie set.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was really
so
good.
Cute. Yeah.
I thought it was funny when before that night when she was like testing the waters and she's like in her robe and she's like staring at herself naked and she's just like, can I do this? Can I not? And I really appreciate Mrs. Wilson, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Mrs. Wilson. So her main housemaid.
Yes.
There's a line that she tells her, where is it? Violet is really shy about wanting to have tea late night with, I keep calling him Mr. Danbury, but his name is Lord Anderson. Anyways, and she tries to get Mrs. Wilson's opinion on it. And she just tells her that life is meant to be lived. You know, that she shouldn't be ashamed for wanting to move on with her life. She had a beautiful life with her husband, but she needs to move on. It's time. And it's okay to move on. So I like that she has someone that has her back because also too, when they had the maid awards, she was worried that Mrs. Wilson was going to
Leave.
buy the bait and leave her. And she's like, no. Like, I'm with you. You don't have to worry about me.
Well, they actually treat their staff nicely
She's
there.
actually like family.
Yeah.
yeah.
Versus the Featheringtons.
Yeah.
I'm really
That was
liking
sad.
Violet this season. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
You go, Miss Girl.
She's great.
Yeah.
But anything else about her? Little side story that you guys
No.
want to chime in on?
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Get it.
Take it to the flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And something, drop it low.
Show us,
drop
show us
it,
how you wrote.
drop it low, drop it low.
Okay, next side story we got to talk about is Queen Charlotte and Lady Danbury, their friendship.
I cried at that part. in the first episode, her fucking little speech to her where she's
Yeah.
like saying how she like has loved being her lady in waiting and she just wants to go travel the world and see everything. And the queen goes, no.
I laughed so hard.
Me
So many
too.
people in the comments too of just that just talking about season 4. They all were like, oh my God, I was crying so hard. And then I was laughing and I started crying again once the queen just said no.
Yeah. So funny.
I feel bad for both of them.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, 1000.
Obviously, there's a codependency on Queen Charlotte's part, but like also her life fucking sucks. Like she had it hard growing up.
Yeah.
So, like I can understand her clinging to like her one and only friend that's been with her through everything, and like how heartbreaking that is to not have her around anymore.
She was like giving a whole breakup speech for her best friend.
Right.
In episode, sorry, I'm looking for the note. I think it's in episode 2. It is episode 2. So Brimsley, this is on the side. Okay. Before the masquerade ball, when we first see the queen, at her palace, she's just sitting there. She's sitting there with the dog, and then she's ready to Brimsley take the dog away. The way he grabbed the Pomeranian, like with the asses out, and he just like passed. I was laughing because I was like, "Who holds a fucking dog like that?"
Because they're not used to dogs. They're like a
Brimsley
luxury.
does.
They're like a luxury.
Yeah.
So they're just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I do appreciate how Queen Charlotte apologized.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
she's a queen. She doesn't have to apologize for anything. And
Right.
that's actually like, people can look down on that, but because she sees Lady Danbury as a friend.
Well, yeah. It was that scene that I teared up to because she started crying, Queen Charlotte. So Brimsley goes to Lady Danbury and he's like, hey, she's not herself. Like, just come in and apologize. Lady Danbury's like, what the fuck? This girl won't even let me leave. Like, what you mean? But he tries to let her know, like, hey, she has it rough. Like, her husband, King George. And
she'll have no one when he passes eventually.
And she had just had one of the queens, what are they called?
Ladies in waiting.
Lady
Yeah.
in waiting. Just left.
Quit.
Yes.
Or she asked for a break because she's pregnant.
Yes.
And then she was like, you're dismissed.
She's like, then make it permanent or something.
Yeah. But then Danbury tells her, sorry, hold on, I have it written down here. Okay, she goes to apologize to her. The queen just believes that she's leaving for some other type of reason. She's not listening to the reason why Danbury wants to go. So now she's treating her as one of her subjects. That's how Danbury feels. And she even tells her that, like, you're treating me like one of your subjects. And she's like, you are my subject. I'm your queen. And that's where I was like, bitch, what the fuck? But then she apologizes right after that. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad for her because it's true. Like, she will have no one. She doesn't have her children around. And also, too, her children are
Suck.
yeah.
And I saw people making comparisons to Queen Charlotte because when, like putting the two scenes side by side, when George and Charlotte first go, like after they get married, and he's like, oh, you can just call me George. And then he kind of flips and is like, oh, no, I'm your king. And then she kind of like backs down. She's like, oh, okay, like I'm just your subject. It was like an exact mirror of like their scene with Lady Danbury.
Yeah.
And her saying like, I'm your queen. And she's like, okay, I'm just your subject again. Got it.
But we'll see how Danbury's there once King George dies. I wonder when he dies.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
don't
it's
know.
gotta be soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
And then where is there moments of them? There's not really much of them after that.
No, that was amazing. 'Cause they
But
kind of-
she gets the boxer's wife to try to take her
Yeah.
place.
which she accepts, the queen accepts. And at first, the boxer's wife is like, I didn't want to do this. Like, I didn't know this is what you were doing. And then I think Lady Danbury does talk her into
Yeah.
wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Because she's telling her, she's like, you're the type of person that she needs. Like, she's pretty much like Danbury, trying to tell her that she's not like her. Like, don't be another me. But she needs someone to rebuttal with. She needs somebody to push her to be her friend, not just take.
Not accept everything that
Yeah.
she says.
And they didn't both grow up in that world because Lady Danbury also didn't grow up as like a lady.
Yeah, she had a piece of shit older husband.
Her whole story, I was like, ugh.
Nasty.
Okay, so that's them. So we'll see what happens in part 2. Next is Francesca's side story. So
She can't reach her pinnacle
she can't reach her pinnacle. That's leading
because she's
to
gay.
infertility, though, is what supposedly it's leading to. So hopefully
Yeah.
because she thinks that the reason why she's not pregnant at this moment, or that she can't be with child, is because she hasn't reached her pinnacle, which is
She hasn't
orgasming.
climaxed
Yeah.
with her husband. Because you gay. It's okay.
Yeah. And the reason
like
why she
women.
forced them to come back from Scotland was because she felt some type of tension with Michaela. She's trying to pin it on, I just want to be close to my family. But really, there's some weird tension that she has with Michaela. And I really hope that they show a flashback to that. Like,
Well,
why?
their time away.
Yeah. Like, why are you weird? Y'all fucking,
Sexual tension,
Did
for
you
sure.
fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Did something happen there that you're unsure of? I thought it was funny where they had planned a date with Penelope and Colin to get ice cream. And then you cut to a scene of Colin and
some
Penelope like freaking in the carriage ride.
Yep.
It was so unnatural. I was like, this is like,
It looks
like,
cringe
cringe.
as fuck.
yeah. Her
Yeah.
like boobs are literally like in his face. And then she's like, oh my God, do you think anybody notices?
Yeah,
He has
bitch.
her out.
Mind you, they're just in a carriage, like a very thin-walled carriage, and they're just pulling up to this crowded-ass area.
Yeah. And then when she fake orgasms, Francesca, like,
With her husband.
yeah,
John.
because Penelope tells her, like, oh, you should just experiment or whatever. So then she's like, oh, well, let me just pretend. She's like, oh, John. And he's like, no.
He's like, relax.
And she's kind of laughing. She's like,
And he's like, you don't have to do that.
yeah. I like how he's patient with her, though.
Me too.
'Cause
Like, he's
just
very understanding.
That's not why I fell in love with you. Like,
Yeah.
they're very the same. Apparently, everyone thinks that he's going to pass in part 2.
Oh.
So, do you know about their story at all?
No.
So, he, in the book, apparently, is that John ends up one night having a brain aneurysm. He dies. And he's very young, though. But they had time to build their relationship. In the season, they're not even a year in.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. When that happens, she meets Michael, his cousin. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's why everybody at the end of season 3, all the people that know the story, this is
Didn't
just
like
what I
that
was
it was
seeing. They were
Michaela.
just like, oh, so you made her gay. Which
okay.
it's like, who cares? Like,
Yeah, I don't
it's going to
care.
be a
I
great
mean,
story regardless.
Either way, she's gonna end up with somebody else, and even if it is, I don't give a fuck if it's a woman. Again, I think Eloise should be a lesbian, but
I know. Let's not have her date Sir Philip or whatever the fuck his name is. But yeah, so apparently that happens. They get closer and then she has a relationship with him. But what people are saying they're upset with in this season, how it's being portrayed is they didn't have time to bloom their love.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Michaela should not have been introduced this early is what
Well, she was
fans are
introduced
saying.
right away, basically, with John, right? Like she met her like almost right after John.
I think it was like when they got married.
When they
it
got
was like,
married.
hey, this is my cousin
yeah.
or whatever. So what people are thinking is that the next season is going to be Eloise and Francesca. I want Eloise to have her own season. But anyways,
fucking wrap Francesca's shit up. Like she's been in so many seasons now.
yeah. That they say part 2, they believe that he's going to die because you also see there was a clip where Violet is dressed in black. For them, that's a funeral attire, right? So they think that John is going to die and then that's going to start the relationship with Michaela.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. What I hope is that if they do that, like it is what it is. I never read the book, but I would still like to see her relationship with John.
Yeah.
So they better do some flashbacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Season 5. Anything else about Francesca?
No.
Okay.
She's a little dull to me.
Yeah. I'm like, let's just get her shit wrapped up.
Yeah. She's not my favorite sister. or female.
That actress
character.
is beautiful.
She's
though.
gorgeous.
Oh my god.
Even the actress I was talking about, Sally, even the actress that now that plays Hyacinth, I was like, wow, she's
Beautiful.
They're all really pretty.
I wish I had flawless skin like that. I have great skin, but not flawless skin. Okay, and then we have Eloise's side story.
Mm-hmm.
So she returns from Scotland. They think that she has now dived into the world of the ton, like, you know, being present at all the balls because she's like having a good time. But then she's like, oh no, I'm going to be a spinster.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I've been to 3 of them, have never been courted. Like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can be there for the other. Because she has been able to make conversation with other people in Scotland, like, she doesn't see an issue with diving into those conversations. She just doesn't want to be the main subject.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it'd just be fun to make her the cool aunt.
Yeah.
Literally.
The cool, funny aunt.
Yeah, I did like you mentioned how Hyacinth put her in her place though, because I
Yes.
mean, through all the seasons, she's just going on about how she hates men, how she doesn't like society, blah, blah, blah. And so like she's kind of reached her point where she knows what she wants to do, but yet she's still fucking complaining about everything.
Yeah.
And Hyacinth is like, can you focus on like not yourself for 2 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking about something I like.
Right. Yeah.
Baby
So I was like,
sister,
you
put her in check.
You go, Hyacinth.
Um,
Because it's hard to hear someone be so negative towards their interests all the time. Like, that's
Well,
just
yeah, I
not
mean, she's
fun.
literally just like, oh, I love like the details. I can't wait to do this. And she's just like, well, you know, women aren't supposed to have brains, I guess. It's like, all right, shut the fuck up.
I could still have a brain and like this bonbon, okay?
yeah. I love her relationship with Benedict though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're funny.
They're
Because she
great
was
together.
like, we
Best
were
duo.
supposed to be like the two that never married or
Yeah.
anything.
So we will see what happens with Eloise, whether I kind of hope they don't dive into her too much more in part 2, because like I'm saying, I really wish she would get her own season.
Mhm.
And if people are predicting correctly, I mean, we all can predict and they'll do whatever they want. But I really hope that she gets her own season or she takes most of the season. But I think this, what's their, Kilmartin?
Mhm.
I think that death is going to be a big topic, like how they navigate that.
Yeah.
So she's going to share a season. And I'm like, no, she needs her own season. Most of it.
Like how
75%
Penelope
of
shared
it.
her season. Yeah.
I think when Sophie's like true identity is gonna, because obviously there's going to be misunderstandings about who she is. Like I feel like that's obvious. That I feel like Eloise is going to be the first to be accepting of it.
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah, she already likes her.
Mhm.
She'll be like, oh my God, so cool.
Yeah.
Give me all your books. Yeah. And then there's a couple things I wanted to mention. So there's 2, actually there's 3 major key representations one major key representation that they have this season, but 2 other ones to note. So obviously the main one being Asian representation with Sophie and the Penwoods. Her being the main character and then them being the main villain character. It's not the part of them being a villain character, but they're, again, just not side characters like that.
They're integral to the story.
Yeah. And I love that all the Penwoods are Chinese, like the actresses. I didn't know. I
When
was
they
like,
sometimes mix Asians and they're like, yeah, they look alike.
yeah. So when I was looking into that, I was like, I really hope that they're not all different types of Asians, because that would be fucked up.
And
But
the
no, they're
sisters
all
all
Chinese.
look very similar. Like even down to like their face shapes are
Mhm.
very similar. Like they all look like
Yeah.
sisters.
Yeah.
They did good with casting for sure.
Yeah.
And even Lord Penwood, he looks Korean.
And the
Oh,
little girl
yes.
version of
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
she's
like,
so
yeah.
cute.
She looks so cute and she looks just like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great casting there. Shonda Rhimes. And then they had a couple in the promenade that were ASL.
Yeah, I saw that.
Even Hazel,
Mhm.
the maid.
And Hazel is
Her
she's
arm is
missing
amputated.
she has an amputated arm. And they're just going to show, like it's not only abled people that can do
things.
regular work.
Yeah.
So those are great representations that they're
And
bringing
it's
in.
that she includes it, but it's never a focal point. Like it's not the fact that they are like Asian or Indian. Like it's not the main focal point of their character. They just are that. Like it doesn't have to
it's just-
revolve around their entire story.
It's normal. Yeah. Hazel's funny. She's like, I'm a woo-woo lady. I can hear ghosts. Like, what? Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much that for part 1.
There was another theme that I really liked that Shonda did incorporate was obviously like we're getting the perspective of a maid. So she did a lot of pointing out like livable wages when it comes to like in today's society as well, like making sure that you're advocating for a livable wage. And there was one scene that I thought was really done really well to like separate the two classes is when Benedict and what's the youngest brother's name? Gregory. When Gregory comes home and he's like, oh, I like have stubble now and like I have to shave. And so they're doing the shaving with Benedict and Colin and they start having like a fight with the shaving cream. And then literally the next scene it cuts to Sophie walking by and there's like a maid cleaning up after them. So she did really well with like setting scenes of separating the classes without making it really obvious, but showing that like Sophie still sees that there are two very different worlds. So even regardless if her and Benedict were to be together, like they're from completely different sides.
I'm interested to see how the story of the head maid of the Featheringtons going to the Penwoods, how that's going to turn out.
Yes.
I'm interested in seeing that too. I feel so bad for that
Yeah,
lady though.
Me too.
Because she's like
Featherington is a dumbass.
she's like family, but not family enough.
Yeah. She's always, let's be honest, she's
like,
always
here's
been
my
kind of a
old
bitch.
dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should have bought her something new. I think it's the thought of that, right? Like, oh, you say we're family, but you can't buy me anything new.
Right.
Like,
but then you buy yourself new shit.
yeah, like thanks for giving me something that's 3 seasons old. What the fuck?
And it's
And that
ugly
she
as
even
fuck.
was like not even gonna wear because even Lady Featherington is like, you can wear it to whatever you do outside of here, but like, what the fuck is she gonna use it for?
Yeah.
I think the cherry on top of that part of that scene was when she said, "Okay, now fetch me my tea," and she was like, "Okay, we're
She's
done
like,
here."
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what do we hope to see in a month? In
In a
part
couple
2?
weeks.
We already know that Benedict is going to apologize.
Yeah.
They're gonna end up together.
They're going to
It's
end up
just how.
together. We already know that. Yeah, but how? And what is it that he says that makes her come around? Because she's not a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Like he just has to use his fine words.
Yes. Not just his fingers.
Yeah.
That part. I didn't read the book, so I obviously don't know like the finer details of the book, but what I really want to see is I want to see Sophie put Miss Penwood in her place.
1,000.
And I think that I feel like Rosamund is gonna come around to being on the other side of not being like a piece of shit the entire next part. I feel like she's gonna end up coming around. Maybe Posey will put her in her place.
I would
hope
like to
she
see
does.
Posey help her,
Yeah.
Sophie.
Yeah, I want to see Posey stand up to her family.
Yeah.
We got to see that will.
Yep.
That will
Where's that
come into
will?
place. And what else? I better see Daphne in part 2. That's all I gotta say. Make one
Yeah.
appearance. I don't even care if it's a quick shot. Well, it should be a quick shot. It's not about you.
But
But
everyone else is gonna be in it except for her. So like
yeah, Miss Bridgerton, where the fuck you at?
Yeah, I think we see Kate and Anthony in the next part.
yeah,
Yeah.
and their baby.
Yeah.
And their baby.
I did highlight one thing that the Queen had said because Lady Whistledown.
Oh,
Whistledown starts writing about the maid wars and everything. And so then it flashes over to the Queen and she starts questioning why Whistledown is writing about the maids. And she goes, I don't even think we have any maids.
Or manservants.
Yeah, or manservants. And then what is his name?
Brimsley.
Brimsley. He goes, we have 142 maids and servants.
It's like, oh.
I hope she never leaves the
Like,
show.
who do you
Oh my
think
gosh.
keeps that place running?
She is the best character. I love her so
She's
much.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her and Eloise are my favorite female characters out of the franchise. And then Benedict for sure is my favorite male. I just think he's so fun.
Yeah. I like him and Anthony.
I like Brimsley too, actually.
Brimsley's
I really
funny.
like Brimsley.
Yeah.
I would love to get not a completed story of Brimsley's, but like kind of his like a little bit more of his side character and like what happened to his little footman lover. I'd like to see that.
I hope they do a kind of how they did with Queen Charlotte, like a side story. Maybe like all of these side main characters, like, or maybe they do a quick limited series of The Servants.
Yeah, like maybe like a 30-minute episode based on like each kind of side character.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And how they became
Where they are.
where they're at. Like how they got to each household. I think that would be cool.
Where do you guys, I know you said you think this will probably be your favorite ranking wise. Is that including Queen Charlotte?
No, Queen Charlotte's my favorite.
Where
My
do you, so
absolute
do you
favorite.
think that your prediction for this season will be that this will probably be overall Queen Charlotte and then season 4 will be your
Yeah,
favorite?
out of the Bridgerton siblings, this one's my favorite. I think it'll still be my favorite.
What about you?
I agree. I think probably somewhere second. Yeah.
I think second for me as well. Queen Charlotte first. I still like Kate and Anthony's. That's still my favorite because it's the enemies to lovers one.
Yeah.
And then this will probably fall second.
I like the...
Queen Charlotte's was a lot more of like
Queen Charlotte
emotional.
ripped my fucking heart
Yeah.
out.
Oh my God, I cried forever.
I even, again, rewatching season 2, I forgot that there is I literally was getting my nails done and I started crying. Because there's this scene after what is Kate's sister's name? Edwina. After she like runs out of the wedding and she goes in to see the queen and the queen is like, okay, what's she going to decide? And they're talking and then King George comes in the room and he's like in a state of dementia.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I saw the fireworks. Like, did I miss the wedding? My beautiful bride. She's so beautiful. I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
I will never forget the under the bed scene.
Yeah.
Best fucking
The way
scene.
they ended it, I was like,
Best scene.
So sad.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it. Such a good 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Great 4 episodes.
And I think this is why this is so far my favorite of the siblings is because every episode was great. The other seasons, there's always one that...
It's a little slow.
The first season, I love the first season because it brought us into this world of Bridgerton. But that first episode, I was like, bitch, drag me right now. And then episode 2, I was like, oh, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That's my second to last.
Colin and Penelope is the worst season ever.
It really is. It's
I need
so
to read that
bad.
book so we can actually
Oh,
see
I had like
what
this
happens.
too. It's like a little, what the tropes are for each one. So the first one was a fake romance trope, obviously. Second season was enemies to lovers. Queen Charlotte is the arranged marriage trope. Penelope is friends to lovers. Also, I don't feel like I like that one that
Yeah,
much.
same.
And then this one is forbidden love.
Yeah.
So
Let's go Forbidden Love and Enemies to Lovers. My favorite categories.
Arranged marriage is interesting. The King of Wrath or the King of Sin series. Shout out to Anna Wong. The first book is arranged marriage, and I actually like the book. Yeah. I think arranged marriages are kind of weird, but that's also not something that we're accustomed to.
Yeah. I feel like in arranged marriage, though, you do kind of get like an enemies to lovers sort of thing
little
because
bit.
like they kind of typically have disdain for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely some of my least favorite tropes are friends to lovers and like a pregnancy trope.
Anything to do with, no.
What is a pregnancy trope exactly?
A
Like
lot
they
of,
one night stand and then they find out that they're pregnant?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
I
like
don't
they're
think they're after
obligated
that.
to like be together. Basically.
Yeah.
I don't think I've read a book like that. That's why I never understood the trope.
Sometimes I don't necessarily like second chance tropes either.
Oh.
For me I like second chance. Okay, this is the one book that I like of second chance. It is by Lucy Score. Again, shout out Lucy Score. I actually like all her books. It is the Knoxville series, but it's the third book. It's the book it's either pink, blue, or purple with the flowers. It's a second chance, but it's also an enemies to lovers. So they like dated when they were younger and then they fucking hated each other and their banter is tea. And then they have a second chance. So I like those.
Yeah.
But not...
Cheater second chances. I'm like,
Oh, no.
ugh.
No.
Yeah.
If you a cheetah, you getting your ass beat.
We still beating people's ass in the 1800s.
All right. Well, let us know your thoughts on the first 4 episodes of season 4 of Bridgerton.
And what you'd like to see in the rest of the season.
And if you have never watched Bridgerton, catch the fuck up because this is a great show.
Peak TV. Shonda Rhimes does great.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best TV series of our generation, in my opinion. Before we sign off, show me your Bridgerton nails.
My gloves.
My gloves. I have an outro too.
Get close.
As
Get
the
close.
lady.
As the lady whistle down. As lady.
Period.
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Shout out Gabriel, the nail angel.
Oh.
Does my nails.
Period. Let her know who brought you there. Lauren did. Okay. So we have, I can't do it in an accent. Okay. Just is what it is at this point. Or you want to try it in the first one.
Dearest gentle listener, and thus our and thus our observations draw to, I can't even fucking read.
Draw to a close.
And thus our observations draw to a close. The dances have ended. I can't even keep it. Never mind. I can't even keep the
The
accent.
dances have ended, the whispers have lingered, and the ton has once again revealed its truest nature. Dramatic, delightful, and never quite finished with its secrets. Back to my regular voice. Until the next revelation captures our attention, remember this: society may forget, but I never do. Yours as ever, ladies of Fictionally Unstable.
Embrace the instability.